Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're not at the bench today, we're at the range, and sitting on my little cheap plastic bench rest is the M96 Swedish Mauser, made 1912 by Carl Gustafs. These guns were zeroed at about 300 to 350 meters, and at 100 yards you're going to shoot way high. So to bring it down, you need to install a taller front sight. And I went looking. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to pay what they want for a taller front sight. This one happens to be equipped with a diopter rear sight. And you see the lowest setting is 300, and then you turn that dial for intermediate yardage or meters or whatever between 300 and 400. That's as low as this goes. So, me being who I am, I ordered, well, I'd had it for a while, another #1 front sight. And it's the same size as the front sight that was on the gun. And what I did is I took that sight out, put it in a bench vise, and I started welding on it with my little MIG welder. I started stacking tacks. And we'll get into the math and how I did this later. But right now, let's send some rounds down range, 100 yards. Got a brand new target set up down there. And we'll put 5 into it. See what she do. I've got this at a 6 o'clock hold at the bottom of the rings. Let's go down and see where we're at. Sun sure is bright today. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see if we can tighten that up. Okay, we're back home now. And I'm going to show you guys the math that I used to come up with how much I needed to add to that front sight. Now there is a video on this. Hold on. There is a video of this on my channel, but I'm going to share this formula again. E divided by D equals, or times SR equals A. E stands for your distance, your error. In this case, it was 12 inches. Divided by distance, 100 yards. It's 3,600 inches times the sight radius on that rifle is 26 inches. So that gives you your adjustment. 12 inches divided by 3,600 inches comes out to 0.0033. 0.033 times 26 inches for a sight radius being the distance between the rear sight and the front sight. You come up with 0.0867. 0.0867 is 11/128ths, or 1/128th under 3/32 of an inch. Okay, let me reset and we'll get into this better. Okay, on the right side here is the sight that came on the rifle. This is a +1 front sight, barley, they call them barleycorns, whatever. It's just a front sight blade. Now, if we measure this with a caliper, (31/128) Hold on, let me get that. We're just about 1/4 of an inch. For you metric people, 6.48 millimeter. Okay. Now, when I added metal to the top of this sight, I knew, according to my math, that I needed just about to add just about 3/32, or just over 1/16 of an inch. What I ended up doing was stacking it on there and stacking it on there, and then I had to file it off, and I actually filed a little small. I got 1/16 of an inch. So I needed 3/32. I added 1/16. But if you remember from our math, I needed a 1/16 and a 1/64, roughly. So it's real close to being where it needs to be. And at 100 yards, that little bit of margin error isn't a big deal. What I do need to do, though, is close up those groups. Can't blame the gun anymore. This is that target. Take you guys out. This is that target, and it's terrible. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's abysmal at 100 yards. But I'm on paper. I'm not shooting a foot over the target when I aim, at the target. So we're close with that sight, and I'm going to leave it right where it's at. It does need some finish work. It's pretty rough. But that's just filed, and then I threw a real quick heat blue on it. That way, reduce a little bit of glare reduction. So there we are with that front sight, M96 Mauser. If you look at the two side by side, oh my goodness, is this fiddly. There's the height difference. So yeah, I'm going to hit this with some fine sandpaper, polish it up, make it look pretty. And then I'll put it back on. And then I'll work on that gun. Oh. I almost forgot. Where is it? There it is. When I got frustrated at the 100-yard range, we're going to put both of these in there. You guys don't let me forget that I put both of those in that little baggie. When I got frustrated at the 100-yard range, I went over to the 200-yard range. And I don't know if I've mentioned before that I shoot CMP matches. basically old Mauser, old guys like me, and even older, with even older rifles, at 200 yards, shooting targets. So I took that M96 to the 200 yard range and shot 10 rounds. And all of them, now this is off a bench. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inside of the 10. That one, I can make excuses all day, but I missed. And this one, this is not an excuse. That's almost a negligent discharge. Rifle was loaded, and I was adjusting the rest, and my booger hook hit the bang stick. It absolutely regretful, and I am better than that. But it is capable of getting them in the 10 ring at 200 yards, aiming down here. So, well, there's that anyway. 1X, but the rest are in the 10 ring except for the 2 that were all me. Absolutely all me. But there's the M96 Swede video. Got a little bit more work to do on that thing. I really want to use that in my my CMP matches. But that's all for now. You guys stay safe. Take care. Have fun. I'll see ya.